down the hall of his own elementary school to the science fair. He's never seen again. Tonight, just uncovered a mystery 911 call from inside the Horman home, 5:45 p.m. Saturday. The emergency? Dangerous threats. Daddy moves out within hours.
A shocking twist in the mysterious disappearance of little Kyron Horman.
Now we're hearing there was a mystery 911 made from the Horman home over the weekend. The call reportedly about threats. Just who called 911 and why will police release the call?
Divorce papers cite irreconcilable differences.
Dad files for divorce and a restraining order.
It's a restraining order that blocks Terry from having any contact with their daughter.
Does that say that this little 18-month-old is in danger?
Terry Horman, she's been under a lot of scrutiny in the case.
She had been asked to take a second polygraph. Police don't want a second polygraph if you pass the first one with flying colors.
27 days later and still wanting answers to where this boy is and if he's okay.
Straight out to Kevin Miller, investigative reporter. Kevin Miller, this mystery 911 call from inside Kyron's home Saturday, just before 6 p.m., about dangerous threats. Whatever it is so volatile or so crucial in the search for 7-year-old Kyron Horman that police are refusing to release the 911 call.
Why is she showing Terry in her bodybuilding days as she's showing Kyron? I mean, that makes no sense to me whatsoever. Show Kyron. We're not interested in her bodybuilding photos. Sorry.
Public.
And Nancy, you are correct about that. And again, police disclosed that today. In addition to that, as you stated, Kane then moved out. And then on Monday, as you disclosed, divorce papers served with a restraining order. And we go back to the 911 call. Police won't say who called or the reasons why, except that it had to do threats against the property. Nancy?
Threats against the property?
Threats at the property.
Threats at the property. And tell me if I'm right or wrong. Kevin Miller, was the call from inside Kyron's home?
Yes, it was, ma'am.
Okay, Kevin Miller joining us, investigative reporter. Kevin, lay out the timeline. This call, the 911 call about dangerous threats inside the home, within a couple of hours, that same day, is my understanding, the father moves out.
Yes, you have the call at 5:46. Then within a few hours, Father Kane takes Kiera and moves out. And then later on, we have Terry denying this on Monday to the reporter from the Oregon, saying everything's good. 45 minutes later, Nancy, she's served with a restraining order and papers for divorce.
Okay, maybe it's just me, but I got a disconnect right there, Kevin Miller. If the daddy, moves out with 19-month-old baby girl Kiera, this is the natural daughter of Terry Horman, the stepmother. Daddy moves out. How did she not know there was a problem? How can she deny, hey, nothing's wrong, everything's just fine, and he's moved out on Saturday?
Nancy, I would say, and I'll speculate on this, so I'll just qualify it that way, that would, you would be correct. That would be how you would not know that she would not know that there's a problem. She was putting on a front. That would be my speculation on that, but you're right. Again, how would you not know if someone moves out and then you deny it to the press? Again, it goes to her credibility.
Okay, to James Pitkin, reporter with the Willamette Week newspaper. He's joining us there at the school. James, what can you tell us?
Well, today we had some new developments. There was the reports of the mysterious 911 call. We also have reports that the FBI is searching sex offenders in the area. There are 143 in this vicinity, and so they have a lot of work cut out for them.
Could you repeat? Did you say 143 registered sex offenders there in the area?
In the Portland area, that's correct, Nancy.
Now, those are just the registered sex offenders, right? That doesn't even include people that have been accused of sex offenses.
Correct. These are people who have been sentenced to sex crimes, and they're required to register with the state.
To Matt Zarrell, our producer on the story. Matt, what more can you tell me?
Well, what's interesting is People Magazine has a report where they spoke to a close friend of Terry Horman, and apparently what happened is Terry was called to the police station to talk to police on Saturday. She goes, she talks to police. When she comes back, her husband, Kane Horman, and her 19-month-old girl are gone. They have moved out. She is shocked. She doesn't know what to make of it.
Everyone, a 7-year-old little boy, we are learning more and more about his poor vision. He said he wanted to be a police officer. He loves science and math. Take a look at Kyron Horman. He's only 3'8", 50 pounds, brown hair, blue eyes, thick eyeglasses. He was last wearing a black t-shirt with CSI, Crime Scene Investigation, on it. Cargo pants, color black, white socks, black sneakers with orange trim. Last seen 8:45 a.m. by his stepmother walking down the hall to his second grade class. The tip line is 503-261-2847. There's a $25,000 reward. Back to you, Mazzarell. It sounds to me as if the daddy moving out with the 19-month-old baby was all orchestrated, because police come to take stepmommy for an interview, yet another interview, and while she's down at the police station getting interviewed about Kyron's disappearance, the daddy moves out.
Well, yeah, there are reports from friends of the family that said that police had suggested to Kyron Horman that he take his 19-month-old and he move elsewhere. So maybe this is us putting two and two together, Nancy.
Let's go to the lines. Heather, Indiana. Hi, Heather.
Hi, Nancy.
Hi, dear. What's your question?
My question or comment would be, did the school call the parents to say the child was absent?
It's my understanding, Heather, in Indiana, that they did not. That the parents only discovered Kyron was not at school that day, or so they say, when they went to the bus stop together and he didn't get off the bus. Then they find out he was never at school. And what that means, Heather, in Indiana, is stepmom says 8:45 a.m. She sees the little boy. She walks him down the hall. They get to his door. She leaves. He never made it in that door, Heather, in Indiana. With us right now, Mark Class, president and founder of Class Kids Foundation. We are taking your calls as the days, the hours, in fact, the minutes pass. It becomes less likely this boy will be found alive, but there is a chance Kyron's alive. Mark Class, in my analysis, if the stepmother is involved and she has not been named a suspect, then the child is most likely dead, because she has not had a chance to go feed or take care of the child if he's in hiding in some way. Mark?
Oh, yeah.
Attention has been focused on Kyron's stepmom, Terry
Mark
Horman.
is focused on the
circulated
pictures.
flyers asking people for information on her whereabouts the day Kyron went missing.
Terry Horman's father said there was a 50-50 chance Terry would be arrested.
Stop showing the pictures of Terry Horman bodybuilding. Jeez.